Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about where I am. I'm in Mauritius right now, and I'll tell you why I'm here in a minute, but let me tell you just a quick story. About 6 weeks ago, I was in North Carolina, eastern North Carolina. And I was driving in a rental car just like this, and as it turns out, I saw something in the road. I was on a rural road, and I saw something way ahead. I pulled out my camera, and sure enough, it was a bear, a full-size bear. I couldn't believe it. I was driving in a place called Alligator River Wildlife Refuge. And this is kind of near the Outer Banks. And all of a sudden, I see this bear. And I pulled out my camera. I'm going to show you a video that I made. There were a couple cubs that I saw as the bear kind of ran away as I was driving by. I'm just shocked. Seeing a bear in the wild is kind of a rare thing, I guess. At least for me. I've seen a bear in the wild before in Yellowstone National Park. I was once hiking in Grand Teton National Park and saw a bear, but kind of a rare thing. I think for most people that's the case, to see a bear in the wild. So here's a little sales analogy. How often do you come across a deal in an unexpected place? How often do you come across a bear when you're expecting an alligator, right? Now, most of us have sales territories. If you're in sales, chances are you've got some sort of defined geographical territory. It might be the entire world. It might be a multi-state area, multi-country area. Could be a few cities. Could be even just a part of a city, depending upon your industry. And this is, of course, a pretty common thing for any sales profession. Now, here's the thing. Most of us have discretion inside our territory on how we want to go about doing our business, specifically how we want to prospect. And most of us have kind of some preconceived ideas and strategies on, where we want to go. Are we avoiding a neighborhood? Are we not prospecting in one state because we've got a little bit of a bias? Oh, folks down there, they're not going to buy from me. Or, you know what? They're not the ideal customer. They wouldn't be the ideal customer. And it's amazing in my career, I've seen that so often that we have these notions in our head and we make excuses and a lot of times don't investigate or prospect when we should. I have a unique situation in my career over the last decade. I've had a territory that includes the entire world. And my team, which is a small team of only about 5 people, and I'm kind of a player coach, but we cover the entire globe. And when I first started in this industry, I had a boss, and he would read the Wall Street Journal, and he would, say things like, "Oh, Greece has a financial crisis. Nobody go to Greece right now. We'll never sell anything there." Or, "Don't go down to Argentina. Don't go to Brazil because there's a financial crisis." And he would kind of make up his mind on where to prospect, where to put his efforts, or what he recommended the team do based on something he'd read, macroeconomic news in the Wall Street Journal. And I'll tell you what, over the last 10 years, I've actually sold $1 million projects in places like Bangladesh, the Philippines, and recently in Vietnam. Places where if you're looking at medium income or a wealth of a nation, they wouldn't necessarily qualify. In fact, my colleague just closed a deal in Tanzania, a $1 million deal. And so I think there's something more behind that. I think we have to challenge these notions of, what our biases when it comes to prospecting and investigating our time, regardless of our territory, regardless of where we're at. Challenge those notions and find a way to prospect and do the hard work in places. And guess what? My experience is when you put in that effort, you will find that bear when you're expecting an alligator. You will end up getting a deal in an unexpected place. So I'm in Mauritius, and I'm here. I just gave a product demo, and I was well received. This is literally the other side of the planet, exactly opposite of where I live in the Western United States. Yet I think I've got a good chance of closing a deal here in the next 3 to 6 months. We'll see if that pans out. But again, look for opportunities where you least expect it. Don't leave any stone unturned. You never know where your deal could come from if you put in the hard work and the effort.